Takasugi Shinsaku was a samurai from the Chōshū Domain of Japan who contributed significantly to the Meiji Restoration. He used the alias Tani Umenosuke to hide his activities from the shogunate. Early life. Takasugi was born in the castle town Haji, the capital of the feudal domain of Chōshū, as the son of Takasugi Kochuta, a middle-ranked samurai of the domain. Takasugi joined the Shoka Sonjuku as the famous private school of Yoshida Shoin. Takasugi devoted himself to the modernization of Chōshū's military, and became a favorite student of Yoshida. In 1858, he entered the Shohaiko, but in 1859 returned home by the clan's command. Takasugi, in spite of his young age, was an influential factor within Chōshū as one of the most extreme advocates of a policy of seclusion and expelling the foreigners from Japan. Takasugi was implicated in the 12th of December 1862 attack on the British legation in Edo. Foreign experience. In spite of Japan's policy of national isolation in the Edo period, in 1862 Takasugi was ordered by the domain to go secretly to Shanghai in China to investigate the state of affairs and the strength of the Western powers. Takasugi's visit coincided with the Taiping Rebellion, and he was shocked by the effects of European imperialism even on the Chinese Empire. Takasugi returned to Japan convinced that Japan must strengthen itself to avoid being colonized by the Western powers, or to suffer a similar fate as China. This coincided with the growing Sono-Joi movement, which attracted certain radical sections of Japan's warrior class and court nobility, and Takasugi's ideas found ready support in Chōshū and other parts of Japan. Formation of the Shogun-Kihai. Takasugi originated the revolutionary idea of auxiliary irregular militia. Under the feudal system, only the samurai class was allowed to own weapons. Takasugi promoted the recruitment of commoners into new, socially mixed paramilitary units. In these units, neither recruitment nor promotion depended on social status. Farmers, merchants, carpenters and even sumo wrestlers and Buddhist priests were enlisted. Although samurai still formed the majority in most of the shotai, Takasugi clearly saw that utilization of the financial wealth of the middle-class merchants and farmers could increase the military strength of the domain, without weakening its finances. Since the leaders of Chōshū were unable and unwilling to change the social structure of the domain, limited use of peasants and commoners enabled them to form a new type of military without disturbing the traditional society. In 1863, Takasugi himself founded a special shotai unit under his direct command called the Kihai, which consisted of 300 soldiers. However, due to his propagation of Sono-Joi ideology, Takasugi was imprisoned by the domain's authorities. After an anti-Chōshū coup in Kyoto in the summer of 1863 threatened to jeopardize Chōshū's leading role in national politics. Death. Takasugi did not live to see this success. He died of tuberculosis on the 17th of May 1867, only 28 years of age. His Kihai was taken over by his protege Yamagata Aritomo. Only a year later, Takasugi's dream of overthrowing the Tokugawa shogunate, which found obvious manifestation in his alternate name Togyo, was fulfilled with the Meiji Restoration. The Kihai was disbanded in early 1870 after the establishment of the Imperial Japanese Army. Legacy. Takasugi Shinsaku, a central figure of the early Meiji Restoration, is as well known for his military talents as he is for his skills as a politician. However, dying at the young age of 28, Takasugi was not to become one of Japan's famous leaders in the subsequent Meiji era. In his hometown, the castle town Haji in western Japan, he is still remembered as a mystical and energetic hero. hero, who put all his efforts into opening the way to modernization, westernization and reforms, not only in military matters but in political and social matters as well. Takasugi Shinsaku in media. Takasugi is a secondary character present in the manga and anime Rurouni Kenshin, as well as its OAV adaptation Trust and Betrayal, shown to be in the last stages of his illness. He recruited the young Himura Kenshin into the Kiheitai before allowing Chōshū leader Katsura Kogoro to make him the Hitokiri Batusai. While portrayed as a brash and ruthless warrior, he is nonetheless wary of his unsavory actions and tried to dissuade Katsura from corrupting Kenshin's soul, to no avail. His Japanese voice actor is Wataru Takagi, and his English voice actor is Jason Phelps. Takasugi was the inspiration for Takasugi Shinsaku, one of the main villains in the manga series Gintama. A highly fictionalized version of Takasugi appears in the PSP game Bakumatsu Rock and its anime adaptation. In the game, which is set in the Bakumatsu and has a musical theme, he is depicted as the bass player in a rock band led by Sakamoto Ryoma. Takasugi Shinsaku is played by Japanese actor Kengo Kora in the NHK Tiger drama Hana Moyu. Takasugi Shinsaku was played by Japanese actor Yujiro Ishihara in the 1957 film Sun in the Last Days of the Shogunate.